My name is Dr. Lab-Cotae, and I give you permission to videotape this lab. We are in a Communication and Electronics lab, building 32, room A01. So I'm teaching communication classes at undergraduate and graduate level. At undergraduate level, I'm teaching fundamentals of communication for 76, and also in the spring, I'm teaching digital communication class, which is in the same lab. So, entering in this lab, you'll see first the file signature there, and also in here we have the first ad, so available for students, the blackboard, the instructions, and also here are the workstations. We have 8 workstations when every student can come to do the lab. We have Emona boards, and we have, for example, I have this board when we have labs for fundamentals of communication in the fall, and also we have for the same platform we have labs in the spring. We have laboratory manual, which we are having in a PDF we give to students. Every student has a lab report. They have to read the lab report before they come to class. After that, coming to this lab, they will make the setup, they will be connected to the lab. They have here connections for everything what we need for these 2 labs. Usually students are very happy, and this is the state-of-art equipment which we bought, and they are learning a lot of analog communication, digital communication, and I'm covering exactly what I'm doing in the class. So first week, second week start teaching and lecturing, and after that we come to the lab, and we are following exactly the lab which we are teaching in the class. Every student has to fill out the report, and they will have to handle this report, which will be graded. And out of 14 weeks, we have 12 labs. The first week is an introduction. We present the lab, all the measures regarding the safety and what we'll be going to do in the semester. And the last lab, the 14th week, is for recovering. If something happened with students during the year, they missed the lab, they have the opportunity. And also the last lab, the last class is reserved for the final discussions and also a comprehensive review of the lab.
My name is Dr. Assistant Professor in Electrical and Computer Engineering at the University District of Columbia. I'm in the building 32 A01 Electronic Lab. Here is the Electronic Lab. I'm giving permission for this recording. Here is our Electronic Lab. I share the lab with Dr. Lab-Cotae Communication Lab. In this lab, we have the 10 workstations. Let me explain. The first row has a 3 tables and installed 6 workstations and back to back. So this is the table 1, table 2, table 3, and table 1 we have the 1 workstation. Another workstation is back to back. Okay. Here, this is the second row. We have the 2 tables and have the 4 workstations. Each table stays the 2 workstations back to back. Okay. I'm going to talk about another layout we have. And this one is called the cabinet. So students take the cables and wires to do the experimental. After they finish experimental, they're going to put the cable wires install the cabinet. Yes. And here's our resistor and capacitor, and also active component like the 741 operation amplifier. We store inside here, so student use component to do experiment. After finishing experiment, and back to the list station. I would like also introduce my individual workstation. Each workstation has 4 components, and this one is a DC power supply. We use the DC power supply to supply positive DC voltage and negative DC voltage. Usually we use 15 volts and negative 15 volts. Here is the digital multimeter. And the digital multimeter, we're going to measure the resistance and voltage value and current value. And here we have the third component called the function generator. And the function generator is used to generate the sine wave, triangular wave, square wave. Actually, triangular wave, square wave. And the frequency can go from the 5 Hz goes to 5 MHz. And the max frequency is 5 MHz. We usually use 1 kHz to do the experimental. So here's the output. So if output connect to our oscilloscope has 2 channels, one for the input signal, another one can do the output signal. So if you create the sine wave, so going to show the sine wave, you can also to do the measurement. Can get the peak-to-peak frequency to measure your input signal, output signal. So this is our 4 component for electronic lamp. In the electronic lamp, we include to teach electronic 1 lamp and electronic 2 lamp. The number of students taking electronic 1 lamp and electronic 2 lamp are between 6 and 20 students. Usually 2 students are grouped together form a team. So capacity for this lab is 20 students. However, this semester I'm going to practice safety rules and make a student keep the social distance in this lab. Okay, and last minute, sorry. I would like to share the safety rules I created in the August 2016. I update every semester and taught to students before the lab begins. They have the 12 safety rules, include the first aid treatment, and also include the fire extinguish. So I'm going to include PPE in these safety rules and in the fall semester 2020. Okay, that's all. Thank you.